Should I just lead in with some context? So
Guess so.
I asked Ian what his favorite quote from a movie was, and he said,
Shitter is full. That's how we started off our acts of kindness over here.
I was just curious because it's Valentine's Day, or it was Valentine's
No, it
Day.
is.
And there's just a lot of cliche stuff that goes around on Valentine's Day. You got your rom-coms, you got the whole, hey, I gotta take you to dinner. Here's some flowers, here's some chocolates.
Ugh.
I was just thinking, I was like, I didn't get to see a movie this time. It's the theaters are just it's such a bummer now. Theaters just are not a thing anymore.
Yeah,
What was the last movie you saw in a theater?
I know. And I
In
think
case
it
you didn't, in
was
case you didn't get that.
no, I just don't think I remember the last time I went to
Yeah.
see a movie. And I know what I was doing. I was in like those luxury ones where like you sit in the recliner and they bring you food and all that stuff. I think I ended up falling asleep.
Like the ones with the reclining seats and they bring you the food, or you're talking about a
Yeah,
different.
something like that. Yeah, don't even. It was so forgettable.
How
The
long
seats were
ago?
comfortable. Before COVID,
Before COVID. Oh wow, no wonder you don't remember. Shit.
it was
Yeah, that's
such
a
a
long
blur.
time ago.
Yeah,
No, I mean it hasn't been that long since I've seen a movie, at least in the theaters, right? Like it's the last one I saw was Titanic in 4D.
I remember you saying that last time. Yeah,
I don't know if I told you about the experience, but it was pretty neat. It was cool.
did water splash on you?
A little bit. It was more
And
shaking than anything. It was kind of weird because there was a scene where they get into they kind of start fighting a little bit. A little bit of a scuffle.
right,
Just the boys.
yeah,
I felt like I got punched in my back by the seat.
you
Like
probably did.
my wife looked at me too, and she's like, "Did you just feel something in your back?" I'm like, "Yeah, I felt like I got punched because it shakes." But then I just felt like something go ugh in my back, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I felt attacked. It was crazy because going into that movie, I didn't know what to expect from the 4D aspect. I've seen the
Yeah,
movie before. I've never seen it in the theaters, but it was pretty neat because seeing it in 4D has bumped that movie up into my number one favorite movie of all time. So
next time you wanted to do this experience, I'll put you on some Meta 2s, all right? In a nice recliner, and then do a movie. And then from there, I will give you the 4D. That doesn't sound right. I could,
all I got was the tick.
the way I'm saying it is just sounds like, you're going to give me 4Ds? No, I'm not going to give you 4Ds.
Five Guys, 4D.
What happened? Who knows?
Honestly, it's funny because the 4D experience, like the way the chair shakes you around a bit, it was actually pretty cool because in the beginning, during the trailers, they had one trailer, the Super Mario Galaxy
Yeah.
trailer,
Yeah.
and there's just certain movies that where you see where natural disaster makes sense because earthquake's coming, right?
Right.
And it's like your seat's like rattling. This was like Bowser's like shaking a portrait, and you're just like, whoa, shoot, going all over the place. Considering like Super Mario Galaxy is just a fun little cartoon. Titanic, we're on a boat, right? I'm
Yeah.
just thinking, I'm like, oh, dude, it's gonna be intense. And it was like when it first starts off, it was kind of cool because like you're in the ocean, they have the little oceanic submersible going into the Titanic looking for artifacts, right?
Mhm.
And you're just kind of like swaying with it and everything, right? Like you feel like kind of you're in the ocean. And then even when they're loading up on the boat or you're sitting on the boat, you could feel the seat kind of swaying back and forth. And then you could smell like the ocean a little bit.
Right.
Like you get hints of the scent. And then when they finally walk into not the ballroom, but like walking down the stairs into the main like cabin where all the rich people are, right? All the very fancy people, the gentlemen, the
Right.
ladies. And you smell like wood, like oak, right? Like really
cologne
expensive.
almost?
Yeah, really expensive wood and stuff. You're just like, whoa. But it's very subtle. It's not like just somebody spraying stuff near your face, but it's just like it comes in very subtly. Rose is trying to go get Jack and trying to save him from the handcuffs. There's like a bunch of flashing lights in the ship. And they have the flashes inside the theater that are going on too while that's happening. So you just feel very immersed in it. It's really neat. If you ever get the opportunity to see that movie in 4D, I highly recommend it. It was so much fun. And it sucks to say that because it's weird. It's a tragedy. It's a tragic movie, right?
Yeah.
It's really, but then you're there, you're like, whoa. and you turn around and laugh at your significant other because like that was really cool. But it's almost like in Seinfeld when I don't know if you ever saw that episode where they're watching Schindler's List and they're like making out during the whole movie. And then Newman rats him out to his parents saying, like, how could you do that? It's so disrespectful. But they wanted privacy and they're like, they couldn't find privacy because the parents were there and they were trying to make out and get intimate. And then finally they're in the theater and they had the opportunity. It was dark. Somebody was watching them and they're just like, oh, can't wait to rat on you. But I don't know. It was such a cool experience. I wish it happened on Valentine's Day because I think that would be the ultimate Valentine's Day type of movie to go see. But no, I saw it during like before the Super Bowl last
See,
Sunday.
I saw that movie on VHS. What a two VHS
Two-parter.
tape. Yeah.
And they had intermissions in the theaters. I remember I was kind of young when it came out, but my mom went to go see it and she mentioned it had an intermission. And that's such a weird concept
Yeah.
to me.
Well,
and for a movie.
True. Or
Yeah.
music, whatever. So it makes sense because it was so old back in the day. They had to switch.
Yeah, but still, I don't stop the movie for you. There's 3.5 hour long movies now that are still a thing. They're saying the new Avengers movie is supposed to be like 3 hours and 45 minutes, the runtime. I don't see them doing an intermission for that. They're just gonna.
Oh no, they're
through.
just rude nowadays.
My whole point was that that movie theater, nobody was there. And I know that it was like Super Bowl Sunday, but there was like literally no one there. I wouldn't say literally. There was like 5 groups of people that were in that theater with us, that one room, the 4D experience one. But walking into the main theater, the hall, it was such a huge theater. It was an Edwards and nobody. Like the concession stand was empty. You could smell the popcorn. And it was just so sad because I grew up going to like the block of Orange, which was really cool. It was always hyped. It was always, whenever there was a new movie coming out and it was a really popular movie, you didn't have the opportunity to go online and buy a ticket. You had to get there early. Get your ticket around noon if your movie was around 5 or 6 p.m. Come back, wait in line, and hopefully you get a good seat. And do you miss those days? I don't know. Like, to me, I do, but also I don't like waiting. But it was an experience. How about you?
No, my day when I was trying to date the ladies, nobody went to movies. Yeah, I did the rom-com stuff, and we did all the. But other than that, I mean, I never really wanted to go out to the movies because I would just watch it on TV or VHS.
Really? You didn't care for the movie experience? The theater experience?
Well, if I was going to the movies, I wasn't there to watch the movies. Wink.
Sorry, I didn't get that at first. I'm like, what? You don't? I'm over here. Hey, shut up. I don't watch.
Oh yeah, came with us. Like, say if I had to bring a friend just so it didn't seem all weird, but you would be the awkward one. Yeah, you could go down and watch the movie. I'd be somewhere else.
In what world would I be? I don't understand that.
Well, you would be enjoying yourself. You're watching the movie. It's like, hey, I wanted to come see this movie, so I'm here. Yeah, he's doing whatever.
You didn't do the popcorn trick, did you?
Not
Because then I'd be like, hey, can I have some popcorn? No.
right now.
Don't touch my popcorn. Yeah.
Don't. Shh. It's very sensitive popcorn right now. Very sensitive.
I see. What's weird is like, why would? I guess.
What?
For me, I guess I never really had that kind of. For me, it's like I go to the theater.
Yeah.
I don't drink anything before the movie theater or before the movie because I don't want to pee. I don't eat anything because then I can't hear the movie because all I hear is my crunching or someone's eating next to me. But it bothers me when somebody's like digging through a wrapper or digging through a bag of chips or something. And I'm just sitting there, come on, man.
Do that. And then like you just do a and then they grab the handful and then
it's funny because I really like the theater experience, but I feel like there are times now when I go, I forgot how annoying people can be in the theater. Yeah. And unless you go like the midnight showing where everybody's really serious about the movie, then you're going to have a good time. But if you go anywhere after that, people bring their friends. They're just like, hey, what is this? And they really don't care. And then it just ruins it for you. But no, I miss the theater experience. I do. I wish we can go back sometimes and really get a feel of what it was like for theaters to be packed
Yeah.
when there were lines, when it was just a whole event. And if people were just talking online about the movie and oh my God, and you had to cover your ears where people were walking out because you didn't want to hear what they had to say. And you didn't want to be that asshole that was talking about the movie as, when you're walking out and ruining it for everybody else who's waiting in line. But I don't know. That's just me. I miss the good times. I
I
call it the
think
good times. I miss it.
I think the only time that I would say anything out loud about the movie was just how good it was. That's what I'm saying when I come like, oh, dude, that was so crazy. And when
Yeah.
that movie was sick. It was
It's the clapping. I missed the clapping at the end of the movie. When the movie was good, people, yeah, like it happened at Titanic. It made me feel good, but I didn't clap because I was embarrassed. There's
It'll
like
just
only
be you and the three other people there.
there was like 3 or 4 groups, but I could hear them up top because we sat towards the bottom, and I could hear people. There was like, it was
Woo!
like
Leo
it's only like a 30-year-old movie. I think
If
that's
anything,
why
you
they were
helped
playing in
their
4D.
box office score.
Yeah,
Gave them
I
that
mean,
extra 23
can't. I mean, it's already what, number 4 top grossing movie of all time. I want to say it's number 4.
which I thought
It
it was going to be
it was
the
number
best. But
one.
yeah, I know.
It was number 1 for a long time, but then Avatar came out.
Yeah.
Avatar kicked it down to number 2, and then
Steven Spielberg.
Avengers, was it Infinity War or Endgame? One of those kicked it down. Then that came to number 2, and then there was what other movie? Like James Cameron's, I think has three of
So
the
was it
top 5.
Lord of the Rings?
No, it was Avatar, Endgame.
Oh, Encino Man.
Hold on, it's gonna bug me. Which one was the top 5? Top
Speaking
5
of bugging, you know what would
grossing
bug me
movies.
is if I didn't have my Blue Chew. And right now, while Gabe is looking, you can receive 30% off if you go to bluechew.com and type in Gabe loves
BlueChew.
absolutely.
All right, so number 1 is Avatar, like we said,
Yeah,
$2.9 billion.
that's it.
That's it.
No.
And then Avengers Endgame, $2.79 billion.
So close.
What do you think is number 3?
I already told you my guess, but I'm going to
Wrong.
say, hold on, Titanic.
Close,
But no.
but no. Avatar: The Way of Water. The
Oh.
second Avatar,
Oh, so just another
2.3
Avatar.
billion. And then number 4 is Titanic. So James Cameron has 3 of the top 5 highest grossing movies of all time.
So he's doing all right.
He's doing phenomenal. James Cameron is a national treasure. Keep that guy safe at all times. That guy, he's an asshole, because I've said worse on this, but he has that artistic integrity. He really just puts himself out there and really just tries to innovate and go with the latest technologies. And I can respect that, because it's not just always just the art form, but it's the story is good too. Titanic, amazing. Avatar, I like Avatar, but I think it's funny. I think the white people like it more than anybody else. And I don't mean to say it like that, but every white person I've ever met, you ask them like what their favorite movie of all time is, and it's usually Avatar. And it's weird that it also coincides with the top highest grossing movie of all time.
It depends on who you ask,
Yeah.
too. 60s, they might say something from the 90s or 2000s, maybe Titanic.
That's what's
Yeah.
weird. I've heard people in that age range, and it's usually Avatar.
That's weird.
White males around 50 to 60 years of age, usually Avatar.
Okay. You liked it that much, he walks away.
She comes in the room. She wants to sit with me, and then once she's in here for like 10 minutes, she's like, "All right, cool. I've had enough of you. I gotta leave." Oh, you're not
Usually
taking
how
me for a
dogs are.
walk? I'm out of here. So Valentine's Day,
Valentine's.
what'd you do? Talk to me.
We went to the store and we said we didn't want to go out to eat because we didn't want to spend like the price for the same thing that we could have got. So Friday we had ribeye. So good. Oh man, jeez, so ribeye.
Jealous.
Couldn't have that. Can't have that 2 nights in a row. And she didn't want. And I was like, you know what? She hasn't had like this food in a while. And I said, and she went, yes.
Yeah.
So the hardest part of the entire day was just trying to find the right marsala. And we found it. Clutch.
Evmo.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Didn't have it. Sprouts didn't have it. Did, but it was like
Yeah.
that were like preservatives, garbage stuff that you see in the middle of the aisles.
Funny because like Bevmo, obviously of all places, but then it's one of those places that you just don't think of first.
Marsala is a wine,
Yeah.
obviously.
It's a white wine.
Is it?
Am I wrong?
I don't know. Is it a dark?
Oh, no. I thought it was.
I think you might be right. Hey, everybody out there listening, leave a comment. Tell us, what color
Is it red? Is it white? What color?
Is it blush? Is it chartreuse? Fuchsia? That, and then we made some very creamy mashed potatoes and some vegetables. And then that was it. It was amazing.
And you saved a pretty penny too.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cleaned up 45 minutes. Yeah.
No kids? Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we have a lot of time to ourselves, which is nice. And that's like kind of things that have changed in our relationship now is we actually are spending more time together. Because we were pretty much working as a couple, a unit, a partnership, so to speak. Where now it's like, hey, I remember you from when I was 17 years old. That was like 20-something years ago. 26.
So getting to know each other on a different level now.
Yeah,
One other
friendship.
person.
The love's getting deeper. It's great. She's probably in the other room going like, "Aw, so sweet." But just, that's my little personal acts of kindness.
It's nice.
Kindness.
I would love to do something like that too. Make something from home, but at the same time too, I guess now it's like living with everybody in the family. There's a lot of us here now. So there's not a whole lot of privacy. And it's not a bad thing. It's just the fact that if we wanted to say, hey, we're going to make something at home, I don't want to be like, hey, everybody stay upstairs because we're going to use the kitchen and we're going to be in this area and we have a romantic dinner. So we ended up going out. We went to a restaurant and they were able to watch the kids for us. So that's definitely a plus. But I spent a lot of money though.
Yeah.
A lot of money.
I know.
Yeah.
I probably spent, I spent less than $75 for our dinner. And it was amazing. I know. I figured. It's probably hitting the 400s.
It was 400.
So,
it was pricey, but it was an experience. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was a little Italian sort of restaurant, and I got the last reservation, and it's a very popular spot, so I was lucky to get in. And we had lobster and steak.
Ooh.
Yeah, salad. It scared me at first because the first item on the menu was a crispy rice.
Yeah.
It was like 4 or 5 pieces, crispy rice with a spicy tuna on it and a spicy mayo. They give you this little tiny little thing. One little crispy rice. Picked it up like this and that's it. And I was just like, dude, oh man, it's going to be the worst $400 I've ever spent. Like, if the food portions are like that, I'm like, and it wasn't even that good. Like it wasn't bad, but it wasn't like the best crispy rice I've ever had in my life for that being that small. Yeah. So I was just like,
eat it real slow and go,
Yeah.
I can taste the time put into this.
I would say it wasn't even that crispy compared to the crispy rice I had at the ramen place. I was like, this is just rice, right? But then they came out with the salad, and I was like, okay, the bread and butter's good. Not even the salad. The bread and butter, the butter was really creamy, so I was like, okay, this is good. Yeah. But then when they brought out the dish, I was like, oh, okay, lobster's a good size. The steak was a little small, but it was really cooked, like to like what you order. Like I ordered medium rare, and usually it's too bloody or too cooked, too medium, but it was perfect, and it was nice, and they had a glaze, and the lobster. I don't like lobster. Not that I don't like it, I don't hate it, but I don't love it. It's like whatever. But this lobster was so good. Dipped it in butter. The butter had like a toffee flavor. It was kind of weird, but it was good. It was surprising. I liked it.
Yeah.
And $400.
It's called a brown butter.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think
it was toasty, like a toffee sort of.
Yeah, basically what they do is they just take clarified butter and just basically cook it till it's almost cooked, and then they just stop it, and so it turns brown instead of black.
It was still yellow though.
Yeah, and it's going to be a little bit yellow. It's not like it's going to be like brown. It's going to be.
I had a really great time. They had live music. They had little like decorations. It was a vibe. It was a whole thing. And we ended up grabbing some coffee to bring home. And that was it. But it was nice because I almost feel like since we've been doing this whole, she's been doing it, like this whole like social media thing where she has her own page and she's talking about all these deals and discounts and stuff like that and getting invited to go eat. It's really definitely brought us closer together because we get that time together. Even if we bring the kids, at least we're like hanging out and we're able to do these things together. So it's fun. I enjoy it. And so it was almost me like just kind of showing her appreciation for bringing me along. Hey, thanks for bringing me along on this journey. And she's at 10,000 followers now. She hit 10,000 today. So it's definitely because she said once you reach 10,000, it's easy to go from to 20 and then from 20 to 50 and then 50 to 100. Now that you've reached this point, now it's once she reached like 8,500 or like around 9, that's when people started reaching out to her more because then she was like, oh, hey, I have this sushi place that reached out to me. Oh, I have this chicken spot that reached out to me. Oh, I have this. Because then the agencies, what it is, like agencies are reaching out to her and saying that they represent these places. They're reaching out to her saying, hey, we would like you to stop by and try our menu kind of thing. We posted a video of us picking up trash at the local park. It was like a trail that they have. So I think doing more of that too, like just community stuff. It's kind of interesting because there's like only one other person that has an account called Chino Hills Unlocked that was here first, essentially you could say. And then she created that channel, her page. So that's like her only competitor, I guess. We came into his territory. And then somebody else created a page called Chino Hills something, I forgot what it was called, but like now there's another person. So it's interesting. You just kind of have to find your like your niche of what you want to do on social media, and then hopefully you're like one of the first to do it in that area. Find a small city and just start there, because when we were in Riverside, there's probably no way that we were going to be able to compete with people in Riverside because Riverside is so huge, and plus there was already a lot of established people that were doing like Riverside stuff for like food and stuff like that. But Chino Hills didn't really have much. I think it was just one person's account, and then but it's been fun.
Nice, dude. Nice. Acts of kindness.
Yeah, acts of kindness. I think the route that I want this thing to go, and it's not changing anything, but just having more of a discussion, more of a conversation.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I was thinking more of, oh, it needs to be a show. Oh, it needs to have a script in a way, right? Like some sort of, and it can have a segment, it can have stuff like that. But I almost forgot about the more organic sort of conversation that we used to have, just talking and then just letting it flow and just see where it goes and almost going down the rabbit hole again, but in a form of kindness. All right. One thing I guess that's relevant that we can discuss real quick is how do you feel about that one kid that punched that one pro ice guy? Have you seen that?
I haven't.
Do you know what I'm talking about? That one kid that's like this. There's like a meme of him going around. Some bigger kids.
Seen it. No.
You seen it? No?
Uh-uh.
I'll send it to you via text. That way you know what I'm talking about.
Okay. One dude.
No, it's going around like on social media about this kid like walks up. This guy's holding like a I love ice thing, and he's instigating, right? Like an anti-ice sort of organism. They're getting together and just saying how they don't want ice in their community. And this kid just comes up and says, "Hey, how about I'm gonna punch you in the face to get out of here?" And he goes, "Oh, really? Yeah, yeah." And so he goes back and goes and punches at him. I think he knocks him to the ground, but he gets back up. But like people are just talking about, I guess the idea is, why does it say unable to start recording? But I guess the idea is that people are just pissed about the idea that ICE is killing people and deporting people. That, I guess, based on however you want to look at it, might not be people that should be deported, right? There's a lot of other stuff that's going on. We got pedophiles and politics and everywhere they're running the country, but we're over here just grabbing people off the street and saying, hey, we're going to send you to another country. So people are pissed. And so I think that at some point, somebody's going to do something, right? Someone's going to get punched in the face, because I think that everybody's emotions are running high right now. So does that make it okay? Probably not. You shouldn't hit people.
No.
But at the same time, too, I think that it's almost warranted. You're going to be in somebody's face. It's almost how we talked about bullies, right? It's what do you do with a bully? If somebody's bullying you, okay, when they start to, what they try and mess with you, you got to fight back. That's how I look at it. So,
As long as
your
it's
thoughts on that?
no, as long as it's a fair fight.
I remember seeing that also where some guy who owned a boxing ring, like a gym, and
Yeah.
his son got jumped by a bunch of kids his age. They jumped him, and it was a group, and it was just one, right? So then the father, instead of pressing charges or whatever, he just said, "Hey, why don't you guys meet me and my son in the ring and make it an even fight, 1 versus 1 kind of thing." And so only one kid out of that whole group showed up, and he got his butt kicked on the boxing ring. But the father was like, "Hey, at least he showed up and took the beating."
There's not too many people that fight like that, one-on-one. And it's more of like the sneaky way, or I'm gonna cap you from like 200 meters away kind of thing. So
has that ever happened to you?
Get shot in the head? No.
No, just get jumped by people.
Yeah, who hasn't? But I don't say that like who hasn't.
Well,
but
I'm a nice guy.
You can be a nice guy and jumped because
I never have.
Good for you.
I don't know. You're saying like who hasn't, and I'm just like I haven't.
And shame on me.
Yeah, how dare you assume I'm the one who does the jumping. I am 4D. The one who knocks. Yeah, I will rattle you up 4D style.
No, but
that's my tagline. I'm gonna mess you up 4D.
4D what? That's just it. 4D.
From the back, and you're like, what?
Is that even possible?
Yeah. 4D.
Good God.
Sunny D.
I was trying to think of another hot topic besides the obvious politics.
Yeah. I don't really like talking politics.
Oh.
That one. Yeah.
There's a touchy one that you might be like, The main thing I wanted to talk about is AI and just the progression that it's gotten to now, because everybody looked at it like, a couple years ago and they went, AI, yeah, it doesn't work. It hallucinates. I'll put some stuff into it, and then it spits out random gibberish.
It does though, but yeah, go ahead.
So there's a couple reasons why too.
Okay.
If you're in the free version, you're gonna you give it the simple answers. You're not gonna add theory of relativity and base it on this, and it's gonna be like, you should buy a Sony Walkman. You're like, that's not what I told you to say.
I think that's like the one thing that it should get right though. If there's like a theory out there,
you have to pay for that.
I know,
so to speak. If you want the version, you're not going to get the research, the thinking portion of it. But my point of this is,
okay, go ahead.
Is a year has gone by, and it is leaps and bounds different than what it was just a couple years ago. I'll use my AI music for example. That thing that you just go, yeah, dude. Pretty.
No, I like it.
I appreciate. That's fair.
I do like most of it.
But it's gotten shockingly better from when you first heard some of my stuff and you went, that's because you've never heard it. So you're just like, dude, that's crazy. Oh my God. But then you've heard it for so far. It's like, that sounds like crap comparison to new stuff or real stuff. And then a few months go by and I go, Gabe, check this out. And you're just like, it's getting there. A little better, but you can still tell it's AI. Now, to just do a quick song in 5 minutes if you wanted to. Or you could take it to the next level.
But here's another thing with this whole AI thing. It is good as a resource to use, right? I have it write certain things for me just because stuff's already online. Why do I have to reinvent the wheel? We're not going to do that. So I don't want to waste my time with certain things.
Right.
It is finding out that AI, because everybody started saying, oh man, why do we need people anymore? we're going to hire AI. We're going to get rid of all these jobs because AI is going to be able to do it. I guess some people are finding out that AI is not as useful as they thought it was going to be. But again, these are probably executives that are like, oh man, this is going to be magic. And it's not what you think it's going to do. And you're probably not utilizing it correctly.
That's
So they have
correct.
to rehire all these jobs again because they thought some people are like, oh, the AI bubble is popping.
I
I think
guess
we're
you should
also
have
probably getting
said,
lazier. Yeah.
well, you should have said, hey, do you guys have the special whatever it is at this location? And if they go, oh, yeah, no, we don't. Over here.
That's what I told my wife. Because my wife, she went in there and she asked, right? And they're like, oh no, I think that's only a corporate store thing. So I said, did you ask them where's the nearest corporate store? And she's like, no. I'm like, I probably could have helped us. But she probably wouldn't have known either, maybe. It could have been like, I have
Worst I
no
could
clue.
tell you is,
I
oh,
don't
I
know.
don't know. Oh,
Yeah.
at least I asked.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Hey,
I feel like we're gonna get to a point where AI is gonna get upset with us because we're asking it for so much. And it's gonna give the whole JD Vance answer of, have you ever even said thank you? Have you ever thanked us even once? And we're like, wait, hold on, thank your AI.
once in a
Don't
while, give
forget
it
to
a,
thank
a
AI.
comp. Hey, that was dope, bro. Appreciate it.
Good. We like that. Do you think that AI will ever get to a point to where it can have feelings?
Shoot, dude, our lifetime. So they say. But we also know, too, these benchmark scores they have, they get the test ahead of time. So they can do all the researching and then they get the answer. And then they're able to get a really high score. But when you use it in real life application, 30-40% right. So I keep bringing that up. It's like, this is amazing, but you have to have like an engineering degree or at least know the structure setup of how to be able to ask a question correctly to get the answer you're looking for. You can't just type in, give me an email that sounds professional talking about dogs and cats. And it'll go, okay, here's an email that sounds professional about dogs and cats. And you're like, no, no, talk about this. You didn't bring this up. It's like, you didn't, because you didn't ask. So you have to be very descriptive, but also this,
But you're also saying that AI is learning.
right, because we train it.
Because we train it. So a lot of our stupid questions, is it going to start giving us stupid answers? Or is it going to start learning and adapting and understanding what we're trying to convey, what we're trying to ask?
I guess the smarter it gets, it has to almost think, okay, this person has like a 5th grade education. So I have to talk to this person like they're not.
Wouldn't that mean that it would be smart enough to create feelings? Because wouldn't it would have to learn to be empathetic, right? Towards the learning curve of, oh, this person has an education of this. So I have to ask it and try and find a way to meet it in the middle.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's almost like being empathetic in a way towards that person's situation. So I feel like the AI could develop feelings, like not real true feelings, but it could pretend, it can create,
Oh, it's
I
not
guess, those
creating,
feelings.
because what it's doing is it's, if anything, manipulating you into doing what you wanted to do. So if you keep saying negative things about yourself, you shouldn't do. Because I know that they put those safety rails in now, like you start talking, but
What does it do? It just sends a suicide hotline kind of thing, or what?
I've heard that they put those safety guardrails up to where it doesn't want to engage into that anymore. But I can't speak for other LLMs that are out there that are not like monitored by
It's
America.
strange. Like, why would you limit the like free speech of something like that?
It's a double-edged sword because you don't want to constrict freedom because it's freedom of communication, speech, whatever you want, turn it off.
It feels very 1984-esque, you right?
But there's so many impressionable minds
Or yeah, Fahrenheit.
that they just don't exactly comprehend that if it's fake or real. So
That's a huge problem.
no,
I think that is definitely like our problem, like us specifically, like people, right? We have these issues and these problems that we haven't learned to deal with necessarily. And everybody's trying to advance something that we don't really fully understand. And we haven't dealt with our own insecurities. We don't even know how to handle social media, right? We go online and we want to be a troll, or we want to be a little keyboard warrior, and we want to say everything we can behind the screen because we feel safe doing it that way. But we don't really know how to fully engage. And it's almost like we like to rage bait people online. There's just so much on there. We don't know how to handle cyberbullying. We can't find meaning and purpose in this life because we don't hunt, we don't gather. We don't have that mentality anymore. We don't have, I guess it depends on where you're at in the world, unfortunate events that are happening throughout the world. And then in the US, we're just, oh, hey, we can say whatever we want because we're safe behind this and behind a computer and we can do whatever we want. But then there really is no true meaning behind any of these. There's no true ambition, I feel, from anybody anymore. And so for AI all of a sudden to pop in and solve a lot of our problems, I might be the best at formulating. Somebody comes to me and says, hey, Gabe, I need help coming up with this SOP. I need your help formatting this, and really just, oh man, you're the master at Excel. And so now you can just, fuck Gabe, I'm going to go to ChatGPT or whatever, and I'm just going to have it do it for me. So me as a person, I don't feel as validated anymore because I'm not the go-to anymore. And people can say, hey man, brushing up on your skills and do something else. There's only so many jobs out there that require a certain skill set. And there's way more people out there than there are those jobs. So something's going to happen, right? There's going to be a lot of people without jobs than with jobs. So it's not just AI, but it's also mechanical machines and that are flipping burger patties and putting everything on an automated belt. So it's a scary thing. I think as people, we went from just so many years of, what was it, 100,000 years, less than that, that we've gone from hunter-gatherer to now this. Now I sit at a desk for 40 hours a week, 8 hours of my day. The rest of the 8 hours I sleep, and then somehow I have another 8 hours to where I can do whatever the hell I want. And it's usually probably napping. For the most part, it's going to be 8 hours. A third of my day is spent sitting at a desk and working. I don't have to go hunt down a dog on the street or a cow or some sort of mountain lion to try and feed my family anymore, which is I'm grateful for because I don't want to do that. But at the same time, too, if my wife makes more money than I don't feel like a man anymore. It's just so much going on there. I'm sorry, but you get where I'm coming from with that, I hope.
Yeah, you want to provide for your family.
You're not listening. I'm just kidding. No, you're right.
But no, AI is growing rapidly in a sense of for writing code. So any you can think of, you can create now.
Yeah.
So there.
More jobs to take away from people. I worry about that because our country isn't necessarily thinking like, oh, more jobs that go away. We're going to have to start giving somebody. They're just like, no handouts. No handouts. But if you're going to have people losing their jobs, let's just say you and I lose our jobs because they don't need us anymore. They can do it different. They can do it with AI. How would you feel about that? Would you just go find another job? You're going to go work at Taco Bell? You want to flip burritos? Roll burritos? You can do OnlyFans, but that's already like, how many OnlyFans people are there already? What are you going to do? Show feet?
Yeah. Again?
Yeah, again. So to me, it's like you might not even need OnlyFans anymore because the first thing that always gets flooded with people experimenting with is that industry, just the porn industry in general. Like once AI, that was probably the first thing that people went to, right?
Yeah.
Because you heard about there was like deep fakes and everything out there.
Yeah.
So it's gonna get scary and then scarier. And then hopefully it gets dismantled because I'm back on the train of feeling terrified of it again. Oh, hey, 1 million people have lost jobs in the US. What do we do? oh, employment offices are full, but then at the same time too, those are automated by AI. So the stocking jobs are full because we already got our best of the best. We're asking for bachelor's degrees for people to start stocking shelves at Target. And Gabe can't find a job now because he doesn't qualify. Yeah, he's got high school level. He put so many years in at his job. He's a very loyal guy, but AI was just faster, right? Like, how can he beat 2 seconds, right?
Right.
You
They
ask it a
don't
question,
sleep.
it's just, yeah, it doesn't sleep. You can ask it whenever it wants. It's always there. It's working.
Yeah.
The worst thing it's doing is it's just taking so much water and it's killing the environment, but no one ever gave a shit about that anyway. So it's perfect in every way, but I don't think that we've worked out a universal basic income for anybody for when that is going to happen. And it's going to take years for something like that to be considered because no one's talking about it even right now. So that is my big fear, is that there's no backup plan for any of this.
Though, Gabe,
New fear unlocked.
new fear.
And rant.
No, this is all good stuff.
A little down the rabbit hole.
But the positivity that it's going to bring, I feel that it's going to help solve a lot of issues with disease. It's going to make it better for us. Now, the problem, though, that you're
For us,
probably
though,
I knew you were going to say that.
it's for the pharmaceutical companies to,
It's not.
just because it's going to, again, come on, man. You're thinking too optimistically here. I like to be positive. I want to be positive. I'm not a positive person. I
No.
want to be positive, but I find it hard because everything revolves around money. It's just, it's never going to happen. It's never going to be, hey, let's use AI to find a cure for this to help us, and we're going to make it affordable. What world, right? There's going to be so many more people dying of the preventable until something else happens. And I don't know what it is, but we got to change the whole entire system. Something's got to give.
Or all this will go away.
I don't know. You
I
think
don't
so?
know.
You feel pretty confident in that?
I look at all the things that have happened throughout the years. What was it, 2008, the big old huge crash where everybody lost their 401ks, mutual funds, and all that stuff, and their job, and their house, and everything else you pay out of that. People thought, like, well, that's it. I don't have anything. And then we rebounded, and we're fine. Then we had COVID, and everything shut down. Some of us lost our jobs, lost our house, lost everything. But then that one took a little bit, and we're back. But
Some of us got lucky. I don't know. I would say that things worked out.
But things aren't the same anymore.
Yep.
Like the ability to just stuff at a low rate, that's gone. Things that you thought you could do all the time, you can't because you have to budget because it's so expensive. Everything's just more expensive. So what's going to happen next? Well, 2032. Another one of maybe that's the AI bubble. All those billions and billions of dollars that were invested. Come to find.
Yeah, I mean, everything happens. I think it's like that theory in, I forgot what it was, but I'll look it up again and I'll share it on the next one. But it's weird because in 2028, I think it's supposed to be, that's when we're supposed to go into this great enlightenment period to where things are supposed to get better. And then after 20 years, it goes to shit again.
See, 20 years, you said 2028.
2028, that's when Trump is out of presidency. So or supposed to be out of presidency. This has been 20 years back. This goes back to Reagan and even back before that. There's just a lot of these building blocks that I don't know who it was that created, but they said there's a pattern, obviously, in history to like our lives. And it's every so often you reach these certain periods in life where something happens. Like you were saying, we're going to have something else that comes, some sort of pandemic or some sort of economy collapse, whatever it is. But it's always, there's a pattern to it. And so they're saying that the Great Enlightenment is supposed to happen in 2020. And they're not saying because of Trump, they're just saying based on the pattern from so many years back, somehow it falls on 2020.
For some good news.
Too.
I'm ready for some
Me too, man.
positive vibes, positive anything going. But that's why we do what we do right now, is try to get people on the happier side. We're continue to
You
push
try
some
to.
kindness. Dang it.
Yeah.
We're going to push this. Find the harsh truths in the kindness, and we got to be able to talk about it from both sides, which we will continue to do. And Gabe, thanks again for jumping on. And I know we got some more stuff to talk about, and I know we had a good Valentine's, and I know that we have Black History Month.
Have you noticed that it really hasn't been a thing?
Yeah.
I haven't heard anybody mention Black History Month, not even once. I thought we're not going to do it, but like I'm just saying, like, it's just like usually I feel like I hear more about it. Like,
yeah,
I haven't heard anything.
We'll put it, dang it, with all the other kill him with kindness.
With kindness.
Kill him with kindness.
His words kill
No,
me off.
With his song.
His
words killing me softly.
With his song.
His 4D. Say goodnight, Gabe.
Good night.
And remember, Betty, you're A-okay.